girl actually boohoo cried. She said, please, 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 please leave with me, please. I could not believe what I was seeing on my screen. Like, I think this is a different evolution of Pick Me. Like, it was actually kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie to you. She cried. She pleaded and begged this man to leave the villa with her, for this man to say he doesn't know. Granted, he left the next day, but you begged him to go there and then, and he did not go. He can never be trusted. You see, I did the video today and I said that he was groomed by Harry and Dejon. And honestly, I've just, like, today it's been very obvious how he's so easily manipulated and molded, and how other people's words can literally, like, become his lived experience. It's so weird. You know how they say with manipulation, you can make your thoughts, you can make them think it was theirs, and that is what's happened. I don't know if anyone else clocked. For example, when he was chatting to the boys in the morning and he was like, oh yeah, I didn't want to leave because, you know, I didn't want to act off of emotion, da 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 da, I wanted to sleep on it. Those were Connor's words. Then when he was chatting to Tony, he said that, oh, you know, if it was my sister that was being treated this way, I'd be mortified. Those were Cash's words. This guy can't think for himself. It's other people that think for him, and that's why he was so easily manipulated and groomed. Anyway, tonight's Love Island, yeah, it was interesting. We started off with what's it called? The rest of the game. So obviously, what was the first thing? I think it was the biggest couple with the biggest ick or something like that. And third place was Tony and Harrison. Second was Helena and Harry, and then first was Meg and Dejon. Then they had to basically, they got the text about Angel coming, and they had to like rank the boys. Who do you think Angel's gonna like, basically? And they put Cash first, Ty second, and Boris third. But when she obviously walked in with her arseless chaps, I'm so sorry. Someone said that she wore James Charles's Coachella outfit. I could not unsee it, because what were those chaps? Anyway, she walks in and Meg is like, oh, she's brave. What does that mean? And it's so crazy that she said that she's brave, because later on, Angel was asking Meg, oh, I hope the trousers weren't too much. And she's like, nah, babe, they look good. Two-faced. Anyway, please, let me not do too much on her today. So then she comes in, rearranges it, and she puts Ty as first, Harry second, and Connor in third place. And Shakira's like, lol, all my boyfriends, you've got good taste. Yeah. Anyway, because Ty was her number one, she then couples up with Ty, and Lauren is dumped. So when the Sun said, oh, iconic person that's going to be spoken about for years, and Lauren, please, where's the icon? Is the icon in the room with us? Anyway, she then boohoo cries, literally bawling her eyes out, begging this man to go home with her, only for this man to say, I don't know. But I've come here and I found what I wanted, which is a girlfriend, but I don't know. What? Are you actually well? Anyway, he can't think for himself. He needs to consult with his, you know, his demon league. That's how he, Then, what's it? Meg, Helena, and Lauren were obviously going and chatting or whatever, crying together. And Meg was like, oh, why is this always us? Why is it us again? And I'm just like, you see? Karma is so real. Every time the mean girls increase in numbers, God removes them. The mean girls are not going to prosper in that villa. And I'm so glad that they keep losing numbers, because you guys are horrible people, I'm sorry to say. Then obviously Harrison is chatting to the boys about whether to leave or not, and he's like, oh yeah, she wants me to go, blah 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 blah. Harry's like, oh, did she ask you that? And then Connor gives him the advice like, look, I was feeling that way when Megan went, but like, look at me now. You see, Connor, you clearly did not like Megan enough at all, and for you to tell her, you know, wait for me on the outside, I hope she's not actually waiting for you, because you've moved so mad. But yeah, like, you're telling him, oh, you know, I wanted to do that, but look at me, da da da. So now, obviously, he encouraged him to stay, and this man listened. Then Connor and Harrison and Harry chat about, obviously, the comment that was made in the game. And Harry, he's now trying to say that, oh yeah, like, Shakira is obsessed with him. Are you dumb? Like, he's projecting so hard, because you're the one that keeps talking about her. You're clearly still obsessed with her. You're the one that kept saying, you know, there's unfinished business. You're obsessed with her, and you're trying to make it out like she's the one obsessed with you. No, just because you believe something, it's not gonna be your reality. Like, and it's just actually sick. Like, these men, these people, these individuals are sick. Because why is it when other people are happy, they must try and destroy their happiness? They did it with, like, deep it. They did it with Lauren and Harrison and Tony. Because they didn't like Tony, they were like, let us get into Harrison's head and let us make him believe he likes Lauren more than Tony. I'm sorry, that's literally what they did. And because he's so naive and he's so easily manipulated, they were able to just worm their way into his head and make him believe that. Anyway, and then obviously they did it with Shakira and Connor, because Shakira was obviously happy with Connor. Now they're trying to get into Connor's head, and Connor's there saying, yeah, I did think that. I was like, Connor, are you actually that dunce? Like, are you actually that dense? Not even dunce. Are you that dense that you believe that? Really? You can't see through? Anyway, Shakira and Connor then talk, and she was like, they are the biggest game players in this bloody place. And he's like, I don't know what they're trying to gain. What are they going to gain? She's like, 25k. Shakira and Tony clocked these people from the beginning, and the fact that Connor can't see it is ridiculous. Anyway, she's like, your reaction was childish, and he's like, yeah, it was. And unfortunately, Connor is just one of the boys who wants validation from other men, and it's actually really, really embarrassing. And Shakira said, look, Harrison wanted to put a wedge between them, and he's successfully done it, and it's true. Like, how the hell did he not see it? Anyway, Shakira then had the most valid breakdown ever in that villa. But guys, when she was crying, my heart went out to her, because sis was, you know, when you're crying so hard that you're hyperventilating, like it, and she was just clocking everyone. She's like, I'm tired of being with the fakest people. They're all fake. They'll smile in your face. They'll bitch about you behind your back. I can't imagine how intense that villa is, because obviously we all experience fake people, but to be with them 24/7, guys, you would have to keep the knives away from me, because that is intense. So bless. I actually felt really bad for her, but I'm glad that she had her girls. And then Connor then came up to try and talk to her, and I loved when she was like, can you please respect my boundary right now? Because she didn't want to chat to him, and I was like, yes, girl. And thank God he respected it and he left. And then, oh yeah, I said about Megan lying about Angel's trousers. Anyway, Billy Kiss, yeah, there was a bathroom scene, and then I think Harry was trying to flirt with Billy Kiss or something, and Billy Kiss just said to him like, don't you focus on the new bombshell? Like, what's this? You've already got, and he's like, I can juggle, I can handle more than one woman or something like that. And then she was like, this is why people think you're a game player. I was like, well done, Billy Kiss, clock his tea. And then please tell me why Harrison was looking at zoomed in photos of Lauren. Like, you're doing too much. Just go with her. Actually, just go with her. Then the next day, obviously in the morning, I think Meg asks Emma about the game or whatever, how she thinks about the game. And then she just said, oh yeah, I agreed with everything. Like, I knew I was right. And then obviously Meg gets upset about it. And she's like, oh, anyway, the game was yesterday, but you're the one who brought it up. Like, what the hell? And then she was chatting to Emma was chatting to Yaz, and she's like, I'm so sick of those girls, like, just seeing their faces piss me off. And then Yaz just said, I think it's your tone, like, it's the way you chat to them, you know, it triggers them. And I was like, yeah, it's true. And then Harry and Harrison and Dejan were having a chat, and they were obviously talking about Angel and what's going to happen with Angel, like, they're going to go for it, but Dejan's like, you know me, I'm closed off now, And then Harry's like, oh, we'll have a look, but you know, we'll have a respectful look. It's going to be, Harry, can you spell respect? R-E-S-P-E-C. Can you spell it? Even with the song, can you spell it? I don't think you can. And he's there like, yeah, I'll respectfully kiss her. And they're there laughing, and it's just like, these men are actually so unwell. Like, how is this a joke to you? Like, women and like messing with girls' feelings. Like, how is this funny? How is this a joke? Being a player, like, why do you think you're 30? I can't reiterate that enough. You are 30. You are 30. Let me cool off and we'll do part 2. So part 2. Then Tony takes Harry, Harrison and Dejan for a chat, and she just basically says, you guys have really upset Shakira with what you've done. Like, you've really upset her. Don't like to see my girl like that. Da, da, da. Like, Tony was calm, cool, collected, said her point. Why are these men laughing? These men are like, this was actually they were giving bullies at this point. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They were giving bullies. They were giving mean. They were giving horrible, because Tony's expressing how their actions have affected someone else to the point that this girl's having a breakdown, and these lot are laughing at it. How mean! Like, honestly, I'm tired of seeing bullying on my TV screen. Ofcom, come on, Ofcom. Yeah. I've never done an Ofcom report. Ofcom, it's coming. And then for Dejan to be like, oh, Tony, you always want to cause a scene. I'm not involved. You're the one causing a scene, because what the hell? All she's done is tell you what's gone on, and you want to chat. Dejan, get off my screen. You're so jarring. All of them, bullies. Bullies. Don't like any of them. Then Colin and Shakira have a chat, and they kind of squash things, and I think Connor actually does genuinely like Shakira. I didn't expect that, but I think he does. Before I said, oh, it's part of his game, but no, I actually think he might like her. Anyway, Angel and Harry then have a chat as well, and I'm tired of Harry flirting, because every day it's just straight to sex. Every single day, all you want to talk about is sex. Like, can you like release yourself? Can you actually act like you've been here before? Can you actually like have some steez, have some class, and have some decorum? Because is it every single girl that comes in you must talk about sex? Relax, Harry. There's more to life than sex. So bloody weird. And then Helena and Harry then have a chat, and she's basically, no, I think he asks her like, oh yeah, can I flirt with Angel? Helena, is this really the man you want to be with? And then Harry's like, okay then, so that's us closed off then. We're gonna be closed off then. And then she was just like, she doesn't want to be closed off off the back of that, or those lot. I'm just tired of Harry and Helena. I'm tired of Harry. I'm tired of Dejan. The fact that Harrison's get left, the rest of you can leave as well, because we need a spiritual cleansing of that villa. We need an exorcism. The first demon has left. Please, the rest of the demons need to go with him. Then Emma and Harry have a chat, and she said, oh, should we go to the terrace? My guy said no. I hate the fact that Emma made me agree with Harry. I hate the fact that I saw sense in what Harry said. Emma, why have you caused this? Anyway, she calls him for a chat, and she's just basically saying that she's talking about the game again, and he's just like, I don't care what the public say. I don't care. And then she's like, oh, and you said you're my friend. You said you're there for me. Why do you let your friends talk to me like this? I expect you to stand up for me. How do you let your friends talk to me like this? And I'm like, does this girl think they're still in a relationship? Like, what do you also, like, you're being rude to them. Like, of course they're gonna speak to you somehow. It's so crazy that she wants him to defend her. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Emma. You're not in a relationship, okay? Harry is with Helena. Not Emma, not you, babes. He's with Helena. So he doesn't owe you anything. Like, I was very shocked that that conversation was just weird. I'm like, Emma, what are you actually doing at this point? Anyway, Yaz, Jamie are chatting, and literally they're the mum and the dad of the villa, and I love it. And then they get Tony over, and they have a chat with Tony, and they're just like, and Yaz is just like, look, I know that you didn't, chat to Cash to spite Harrison, like you actually have a genuine connection, And then Tony starts crying because obviously she feels really guilty about how she treated Cash. So then they set this elaborate thing to get Tony and Cash to speak on the terrace. And they talk on the terrace, and like obviously Tony immediately starts crying. She's like, I'm really sorry about, how I treated you, And Cash is like, it's fine, like, he took her apology. Cash is just, he's a dream. He's a love. Every time I see him on my screen, I am happy. He is a lovely, he's a gentleman. Like, he's actually a true gentleman, and I think that's really sweet to see. Anyway, he accepts her apology, and I don't see them becoming a couple again. I don't really see that, because I feel like Cash knows, that's not for me. He even said that you made me, he's not had to be made vulnerable like that. And that's one thing though, when Tony argues or when she apologizes, she needs to remember to stop centering herself, because when he was like, oh, I've not been vulnerable in so long, she's like, neither have I. Girl, in this case, Cash is the victim, so let him be the victim in this, okay? I know that you've been hurt as well, but oh, sorry, my friend is so rude. How can she say, is Lauren a virgin? Because why is she crying like this and begging Harrison? Sorry. Anyway, Cash accepts the apology, And then Angel takes Harry for a chat again. I'm like, Angel, babes, what are you doing now? Or Angelique, sorry. What are you doing? Especially because in bed last night, you were already kissing Ty. So, like, focus on Ty. Because why is Ty a side dish again? Ty is literally just dashed to the side yet again. Poor Ty. Anyway, they flirt again. And again, it's just sexual. And it's just... Ugh. I just get tired of watching Harry flirt because it's always the same thing. Always. He actually has no other chat but to talk about sex, and it's embarrassing. Learn something new. Also, Billy Kiss, I need that outfit. I need that outfit. That whole outfit, the heels, everything, I need that. That was cute. I've got a night out coming. I need that. Then we come back. Harrison gathers his boys. He's like, you're the closest here. The closest boys I have here. Just want you guys to let you know first. I'm going to leave. I'm going for Lauren. Anyway, he then does a speech in front of the whole everyone. And he's like, yeah, it's been nice, guys. But I'm leaving. And all Helena and Meg are there crying. They're like, oh, we're so proud of you. Go get your girl. I was just like, you lot are the... Anyway. Then Harrison then chats with Tony. And at first, he was like, doing this. I was like, where are the tears? There were no tears. Then later on, he actually started crying and was like, oh yeah, he's really sorry for how he's treated her, da-da-da-da-da. And that's when he said, you know, if this was my sister, I'd be mortified, blah, blah, blah. And Tony, she tried so hard not to cry, but she eventually did cry. She broke down and she accepted his apology. And she just said, you look like she knows he's a good guy. And yeah, like that's sorted. Harrison leaves, thank the Lord. And then there was one bit that actually made, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I cried a little bit. When Tony said, how many times will I make someone better for someone else? Oh, that got me. That got me good. That actually got me. And I was just like, oh, this is actually brutal. And I really felt for her. And I feel like, you know, unfortunately, in this dating world, men are trash. So ultimately, men are trash.